Hi there, I'm the Rare Old Timer, and this is my mini concert number 132. Thanks for coming. First song tonight is an Arlo Guthrie song. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls in at Kankakee. It rolls along through houses, farms, and fields, passing trains that have no names, freight cars full of old black men, and the graveyards of rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are ya? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. On the train to call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle, feeling the wheels rumbling beneath the floor. But the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpets made of steel. Mothers with their babies asleep, rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are ya? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. Well, I'm the train that called the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning, through the Mississippi darkness rolling down to the sea. All the towns that people see that fade into a bad dream. The steel and rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. Passengers will please refrain. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good night, America, how are ya? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. On the train to call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. On the train to call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. That's the city of New Orleans. It's a real train. It runs from Chicago to New Orleans. Next up is an old English folk song. You hear it occasionally in the Irish pubs. First time I heard it was by Johnny Cash. Well, my name it is Sam Hall, Sam Hall. My name it is Sam Hall, Sam Hall. It is Sam Hall, and I hate you one and all. You're a bunch of blighters all, damn your eyes. Well, I killed a man, they said, that's what they said. Killed a man, they said, that's what they said. I killed a man, they said, shot him in the head, and I left him there for dead, damn his eyes. So they put me in the jail, down in the jail. Put me in the jail, down in the jail. put me in the jail, and they tied me to a rail. They wouldn't let me have no bail, damn their eyes. And then the preacher came along, he came along. Preacher came along, he came along. Well, the preacher came along, and he sang his little song. He told me everything I'd done wrong, damn his eyes. So now it's up the rope I go, up I go. Up the rope I go, up I go. It's up the rope I go. See my friends down there below, saying, Sam, we told you so, damn their eyes. I saw Molly in the crowd, down in the crowd. I saw Molly in the crowd, down in the crowd. I saw Molly in the crowd, so I shouted right out loud, well, Molly, ain't you pleased and proud, damn your eyes. Well, my name it is Sam Hall, Sam Hall. My name it is Sam Hall, Sam Hall. My name it is Sam Hall, and I hate you one and all. You're a bunch of blighters all, damn your eyes. So that is obviously the Ballad of Sam Hall, and I have it on good authority. That's a good dancing song, at least it is if you're 3 years old. Now let's see, next up is Jeannie Riley's song. Jeannie Riley was pretty famous in Appalachia. Her nickname was the lyric voice of Appalachia. This song is very similar to John Prine's song by the name of Paradise. This one's called Black Waters. I come from the mountains, Kentucky's my home, where the wild deer and the black bear so lately did roam. By the clear rushing waterfalls, wildflowers dream, and through every green valley runs a clear stream. Sad scenes of destruction on every hand, and only black waters run down through the land. Sad scenes of destruction on every hand, black waters running down through my land. Well, the quail is a pretty bird, she sings a sweet song. In the roots of tall timbers, she rests where they're young. But then the forest explodes with a dynamite's roar, and the voice of that small bird is heard there no more. And then the mountain comes tumbling, all awesome and grand, and the poisonous waters flow down through the land. Sad scenes of destruction on every hand, black waters running down through my land. At the start of the springtime, we planted our corn. At the ending of the springtime, we buried the sun. And in the summer came a nice man, saying everything's fine. My employer just requires a way to his mind. But they blew down the timber, and they covered my corn, and the grave on the hillside's a mile further down. And the man stands and talks with his hat in his hand, as the poisonous waters flow over my land. Sad scenes of destruction on every hand, black waters running down through my land. Well, I ain't got no money, not much of a home. I own my own land, but my land's not somewhere thereabout. I'd buy Perry County, drive them all out. And then I'd sit by the stream with some bait in a can, and I'd watch the clear waters run down through my land. Wouldn't that be like the old promised land? Black waters, no more in my land. Yes, wouldn't that be like the old promised land? Black waters, no more in my land. So that is Jeannie Ritchie's Black Waters. And next up on the docket tonight is the song that I first heard down at Pat Troy's Ireland's Own in Alexandria, Virginia. Place isn't there anymore. It's about a Scotsman went out partying. Well, the Scotsman, dressed all in his kilt, left the bar when evening fair. You could tell by the way he walked that he drank more than his share. He staggered on until he could no longer keep his feet. And then he stumbled off into the grass, asleep beside the street. Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring di diddly io. He stumbled off into the grass, asleep beside the street. Just then two lovely lassies happened to pass by, and the one said to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "See yonder sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome built. I wonder if it's true that he wears nothing beneath his kilt." Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring di diddly io. I wonder if it's true that he wears nothing beneath his kilt. So they crept up on that Scotsman as quiet as could be. They lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And what do you suppose they found beneath that Scottish skirt? Why, nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring di diddly io. Why, nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. So the one said to the other, "I think we should be gone, but let's leave him a present before we travel on." So they left a blue silk ribbon tied up into a bow, around the bonny scar the Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring di diddly io. Around the bonny scar the Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. Well, the Scotsman rose to nature's call, he headed for the trees. He lifted up his kilt, and then he gawks at what he sees. And in a strangled voice he says, what's before his eyes? "Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize." Ring ding diddle diddle ideo, ring di diddly io. "Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize." So that's the Scotsman. Now, last up tonight is another song from the Irish pubs. This one's a Ralph McTell song, and it talks about the lonely and the homeless. Started out being called Streets of Paris, but he changed the name. Have you seen the old man outside the closed down market, kicking up the papers with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and held loosely by his side yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. tell me you're lonely, and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something, make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London, with curlers in her hair and her clothes all in rags? She got no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her world in 2 brown paper bags. How can you tell me you're lonely, and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something, make you change your mind. Outside the all-night cafe, at 11:15, that same old man, sitting there all on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour, then he wanders all alone. How can you tell me you're lonely, and say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something, make you change your mind. Have you seen the old man outside the Seaman's Mission? His memory fading like the ribbons that he wears. In this winter city, the wind cries little pity for one more forgotten hero, and the world doesn't care. How can you tell me you're lonely, say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of London. I'll show you something, make you change your mind. Yes, I'll show you something, make you change your mind. So that is Ralph McTell's The Streets of London, and that is mini concert number 132. Please join us next week. It'll be on Wednesday next week instead of Tuesday. And don't forget to share if you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.